part 2 of our 2D animation workshop using Adobe Flash. In part 1, we created a simple bouncing ball animation, and we explored straight ahead animation, that's frame by frame animation. We explored squash and stretch, slow in and slow out, and exaggeration. And we also set our stage to 1080 HD, that's 1920 by 1080, and we set our frame rate to 24 frames per second. What we're going to do in this part is, rather than having the ball bounce up and down, we're going to make the ball bounce up and down and across our stage. Now you could use another straight ahead approach, so you could animate frame by frame all over again for that, but that takes time, and we've already created our animation here, so we can use what we've created to our advantage. We can actually copy that and paste it inside a symbol and then animate that symbol across our stage. So to make the new symbol, go to Insert, New Symbol, and this time, rather than a graphic, I'll select Movie Clip and give the movie clip a name. So I'll call this Bounce Cycle. Press Enter or click on OK, and you're now looking inside the symbol itself. So you're looking inside your new movie clip symbol. You'll notice the stage is blank and there's no keyframes. You'll also notice in the library you've got your new bounce cycle movie clip, and we've got our original symbol from part 1. We need to now go back to our original scene and actually copy our keyframes. So go up to your clipboard just above your stage and then click on Scene 1, and we can highlight all of our keyframes. Just make sure you don't accidentally move or shuffle the order of any of these frames. Highlight them, right click, copy frames, and now we need to go inside the movie clip symbol. So go to your library and double click on the icon of the movie clip. So double click on that square icon there of the movie clip. Now you're inside the movie clip symbol. Again, the stage is blank. There's also no frames on the timeline, so we can right click on frame 1 and then paste frames. So we've got our animation cycle there. We now need to go back to our scene, our main scene again. So go up to your clipboard at the top of your stage, click on Scene 1, and now is a good time to save your document if you haven't already, because we need to delete our original layer. So save what you have, and to delete your original layer, just click and drag that down to the trash can. Now we can go up to our library and drag our movie clip directly onto our stage. And you'll notice there's no frames yet because the frames are inside this symbol. We're now going to use a slightly different method called motion tween. So we can right click on the symbol and create a motion tween. Now a motion tween is what's called pose to pose animation. You choose the beginning and the end, or the first frame and the last keyframe, and the software puts all the movement in between for you. It does all those frames for you. You'll see in your timeline the default duration of your movie clip is 1 second or 24 frames, and we've got one keyframe at the beginning, but there's no keyframe at the end. Now I first want to adjust the duration, so if you hold the mouse over the end of this motion tween, you can actually click and drag and change that duration. So I'll go to about 120 frames, and I now want to add a new keyframe on frame 120. So right click on that 120th frame and insert a keyframe, and you've got the option here for position, scale, skew, rotation, or all. Go to all, and you'll see you've got your black spot here, so you've got your keyframe at the end. Make sure your red marker here, that's to indicate what frame you're currently on is over frame 120, and then click and drag your symbol and just put it somewhere else on your stage. I'm also going to resize it, so I'm going to hold shift and use the free transform tool to resize that. Holding shift means it keeps the correct proportion. If you don't hold shift, you can squash it and stretch it, but we don't really want to do that. Let go of shift and the mouse, and you'll find now if you press play, it will just hover, it's not bouncing. Now the only way you can preview a movie clip is to actually test the movie or export the movie. So to test the movie, just go up to control, and then here you've got test. And you should see your balls bouncing up and down. It's also going from left to right, and the entire cycle is actually getting smaller because we resized, we rescaled the movie clip symbol. So practice this, like I said before, give it a try. If it doesn't work, don't worry, save it and move on. It is quite simple, just keep track of what you're titling your symbols, title your movie clips, and keep saving your progress.